Call you to the February 27th, 2020 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. A roll call, please.
Mr. Margaret?
Here.
Mr. Long?
Here.
Mr. Perez?
Here.
Are there any conflict of interest statements?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Approval of the minutes of the meeting of February 20th, 2020.
Okay.
Defer.
Okay. I make a motion to defer the reading of the minute, or the approval of the minutes for February 20th, 2020.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item A, agreement with Reconstruction Point, Inc. for engineering services for the Holman Avenue roadway reconstruction project.
Good
Mr.
morning,
Button.
Venerable Board. How are you this morning?
Good.
This morning I have with me John Kennedy with Reconstruction Point and Africa Tarver from the Planning and Development Office to help me with if there's any additional questions that I can't answer. This project is for the reconstruction of Holman Avenue between Sibley and Russell Street in concert with the new downtown Hammond master plan that was formulated by Jeff Speck, who was hired by the city to develop a new plan for downtown. And so it is our request that that this contract be approved as the first phase of the project. The Reconstruction Point has agreed to expedite the work, the design work, to get us ready for bidding in September. We know that this project does not include the cost to for the design purposes to move the rotunda, the fountain, because they didn't have enough background information at the time we put this together. So I just wanted you to know I'll be back later for an additional services. We know that that's coming, but they just couldn't scope that out until they had our plans to do that. And so in order to get this going, to get survey going, we wanted to get this in front of the board. It's been approved by the mayor. I talked to him yesterday about it, and it's being funded through the downtown TIF, so there's no green sheet. Corporation Council will be preparing an agreement between the Board of Public Works and Safety and the Hammond Redevelopment Commission to have an interdepartmental agreement to pay for it. And so that's the funding for this. We're asking the Board of Public Works and Safety approve this agreement because it's a general road reconstruction project that the board is most familiar with, that the engineering department manages. And so that's why we're going that way. And I'll try to entertain answer any questions.
Anything either one of you would like to add to anything Mr. Button has said? Has he covered it? John?
You did a great job. All I would say is we're taking Jeff Speck's vision and with the planning and making construction. That's our goal.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is the first phase. The second phase is a run between Russell and Douglas that we are petitioning NERC to take some federal aid money that we had on a different project and move it to that second phase. And we hope to contract with Reconstruction Point on that design later this year. Okay. But that's a federal aid project, and that's going to take a long time to go through the environmental process and approval. So more details than you need to hear, I'm sure.
No. More details, always better.
Great.
You good? Yep. Okay. I'm going to make a motion to approve the agreement with Reconstruction Point.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Button. Oh, must have another one here.
Yes, sir.
Item B, agreement with First Group Engineering for engineering services for the Kennedy Avenue Street Diet?
Yes, sir.
Really? And from Michigan Street and 165th Street to Norfolk and Southern Railroad Crossing.
It's Lent. We're all doing the best we can to drop some weight,
Okay.
including our roads. So Kennedy Avenue, as you may be aware, there's an initiative to do some work on Kennedy between 165th and 169th. That project's going to be contracted with a different engineer. This project, that segment of this project will be just survey only. The balance of this work is from 165th to Michigan, which is a federal aid project that's scheduled to let in for the bids to be opened in fiscal year 2023. So it's late 22 or early 23. So it's a road diet, which means it's four lanes, so 2 lanes each way, mostly with parking lanes. And we're going to make it 1 lane each way with a center turn lane or center median, something to reduce the be able to reduce the traffic volumes, which would be consistent with the 165th to 169th segment that we're looking to kind of make it more of a downtown feel, just like the Holman Avenue project. And I reviewed this with Mayor yesterday. He's agreed to move forward. Similarly, this project will be funded by the Redevelopment Commission. It is part of the Central Hammond Central TIF. That funding, because it's a good portion of this project is under that section that's in my cover letter. And similarly, an agreement will be needed between the Board of Public Works and Safety and the Redevelopment Commission to pay for this project. I've asked the Corporation Council if he'd prepare that document, and you'll see that in the coming weeks. And I'll try to answer any questions.
Okay. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to make a motion to approve the agreement with First Group Engineering.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Item C, correspondence received from Director of Public Works Gary Gleason stating Sanitary District is requesting no parking anytime signs to be placed on the 7,500 and 7,600 blocks of Linden Avenue West Side. Mr. Butt?
I'll just jump in here. I was notified Tuesday by the Sanitary District that they were requesting this. There's been some concerns by the local neighbors. This is the area that is planned for a future stormwater retention basin, Linden. As you know, we've acquired a number of, well, all the properties on the west side of Linden. There's been some complaints. This is really a petition by the Sanitary District to request no parking on the west side where we acquired all that property. I don't see a problem with this request.
Okay. Can we do something for the people on the east side prior to prior to this coming out, to kind of notify them?
Who's complaining, Dean?
So residents complained to the Sanitary District.
Oh.
I don't know particularly who they are.
Okay.
So would you like notifications to be
People on the
made?
east side, are they going to need some kind of protection for parking on their own, or is it just understood?
I think we'll have to deal with that as it comes up,
Okay.
right? I mean, if it comes to the point where we have to do, resident parking only,
Okay.
and we'll do that at that time.
That's the concern I have, is that once we take the west side away, people will start parking on the east side, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand. And if you don't mind, we'll just step through this as it becomes an issue.
I got you.
Thank you.
Okay, then I'm going to make a motion to forward this to engineering, or we're just approving it?
Just pick a street.
Just streets?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion that we approve this and forward it to Street Department.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That was a very trenchant explanation there, Mr. Long.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Is that good? Thank you. Item D, correspondence received from HC3 President Kelly Voris requesting approval and road closures for their St. Patrick's Day Parade and Leprechaun Run starting at 11 a.m. on March 14th, 2020. Also requesting closed signs, barricades, and traffic monitoring north of 169th on Kennedy.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. I met with the board. I have assisted them in trying to get a more somewhat closure of everything because of the run this year. I think we got that in place, and I'm also requesting that you approve that and send it to Public Works for our barricades and road close signs, please.
Public Works, you said? You'd like
Yes, sir.
to see it go to?
Yes, sir. Yeah, they're aware of it. They just know it's coming. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to approve HC3 President Kelly Voris's request and to forward it to Public Works for the equipment that's been asked for.
Thank
I
you.
second.
All those in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Donnie.
you. So that was good? Okay, good. Phew. I'll make sure we get a good grade. Item E, agreement to rehabilitate property located at 838 Becker Street submitted for approval. Pretty straightforward, Kelly, right? Okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the agreement with the property located at 838 Becker.
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item E, right-of-way permit form submitted for approval.
Good. Jonathan says they're good.
Where the heck are they? Oh, they're part of this whole thing. Oh, these right here, I'm guessing. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, geez.
Jonathan says
Any
they're
issues,
good,
Jonathan? No issues. Okay.
yeah. Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the right-of-way permits.
I second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All of this here, okay, wow. Now I see why it was, flipped. I better keep them flipped. I got it. That was, my, Kevin. Good Lord. Item 6, matters from board members. Either one of you gentlemen have anything?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Nothing additional today? Okay. Matters from other department heads and/or their representatives. Yes, sir.
Hello, Board. I just need a signature on this findings and order.
I believe we can do that. Okay. Anything else? No.
Nope.
New business, there is none. Old business. Perpetual easements for 4 pump stations with Little Calumet River Basin Development Commission. I think, didn't we briefly discussed this last week, did we not? Dean?
I think it was 2 weeks ago, and Kevin asked that it be pushed forward for 2 weeks. I'm not sure what the status is.
Is he gonna provide new wording?
Yes, he was.
We don't have any new wording, so that can be deferred.
Is this pressing, or can it be deferred?
It could be
till the
deferred.
Proper verbiage is included?
There are issues. We need to get these done by the end of March. So as long as we can get these executed by the end of March,
To when?
7 days, 1 week?
if that's okay, that would be great. It really depends on Mr. Smith's availability and input.
The 12th?
March 12th.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to defer this into the next, March 12th, 2020 meeting.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Button. Okay. Item 10, meeting open to the public. Anyone care to speak? Mr. Kennedy, anything additional today? You're very welcome. Thanks for being here. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.